Championships, Bob Varsha and Marty LaCory with you, where we're getting ready for the start of the women's 400. But first, let's go down to Larry Rawson.
This is one of the fastest wooden tracks anywhere in the United States. It has good height here. This is the thickness of the plywood. 3/4 of an inch is what they use, and there'll be 6 lanes that the runners can use. What's interesting about this also, you get a chance to take a look here at the support systems, but notice the space between them. The space will have give. The athletes will be able to get some give back here as they come tearing around these turns. One nice thing about this track that's important to note, it's extremely fair to both tall athletes and short. Why? Because they can come tearing into the turn here, and taller athletes don't do as well on flat 200-meter tracks. This is 160 meters. You're going to see some great times, and it's going to be equal to everybody. This is the track that they'll be competing on, 160 meters, 10 laps to the mile. You notice the distance on each straightaway, and the turns are equal. Flat tracks are usually 200 meters and are contained in places such as the Big Ten, the Big 8, and major indoor university facilities in this country. Outdoors, more gradual turns, longer straightaways translate to faster times.
And we're ready for the first of 2 sections in the women's 400 meters. Looking for the next, Diane Dixon, the American record holder. Starting from lane 2, a senior from Boston University, Mirian Knijn. In lane 3 will be Florida senior Denise Mitchell. In lane 4, Michelle Taylor from Southern California. Lane 5, Linetta Wilson of Nebraska. And lane 6, Sharon Powell, also of Nebraska.
No.
2.5 laps of this 160-meter oval. Big start by the Nebraska girls on the outside lanes, 5 and 6. Linetta Wilson, the defending champion in the event, and Sharon Powell from Nebraska.
Denise Mitchell from Florida really has the lead right now. Her brother just won the 200 meters. They know how to run the turn, but there, Linetta Wilson, oh, she didn't let her cut in. Good battle. That's indoor running at her best as Denise Mitchell puts her hand out, let Linetta Wilson know she was there, so there was no bumping.
But Linetta Wilson takes over the lead. In second is Denise Mitchell. Back in third place, you see Michelle Taylor from Southern California. This is the bell lap. Off the turn, Denise Mitchell about to take a shot at Linetta Wilson, and she makes it. Denise Mitchell, Linetta Wilson, and Michelle Taylor unofficially in that order. Denise Mitchell, sister of Dennis Mitchell, as Marty mentioned, third last year in the outdoor 400 meters, third in the indoor race that was run over 500 meters in NCAA indoor competition. Let's watch the winning move here by Denise Mitchell of Florida.
Well, she lost the fight for the turn there to Linetta Wilson, but she hung in, came off the turn just right, used it to her advantage, and wins the race in approximately 52.8, which would be a new NCAA record here. Meet record. Good race for Denise Mitchell.
There you see the unofficial results. The faster qualifiers will be in this second session. Now, in the heats to qualify for these finals, we had a spectacular effort by a young lady named Terri Dendy. And here's the way they lined up. In section 1, Linetta Wilson, Terri Dendy, and Denise Mitchell in the heats. And watch the middle of the screen for Dendy in the yellow top. Quickly off the turn, making up the stagger. And taking over against the clock in the first session of heats for the 400.
That's very interesting in light of what we just saw. That's Denise Mitchell in third place right now. Terri Dendy is on the inside. Terri will go on to set a meet record of 52.94, and Denise, who we're seeing in her trial heat yesterday in third, has just moments ago run faster than 52.8. So we'll have to believe that Terri Dendy has something to show us in this second heat, and perhaps will lower that NCAA meet record even more.
Finishing off a spectacular qualifying effort for Terri Dendy, who will now have to come back out and try to win the final. Advancing to the final, the faster 3 qualifiers.
I think I'll be ready. My coach told me I went out in like a 24.2, so I feel kind of pleased I went faster than normal, but I felt okay, so I should be all right by tomorrow.
It's a confidence builder for you?
Yes, it is. I felt, when I was going to, I thought Linetta was going to go out a little bit harder than she did. And when I made the first at the break, it felt pretty good. So I just went with it. I said, if she's going to catch me, she got to go. So.
Talk about a confidence builder. She just saw Denise Mitchell break her record, and she knows that she beat Denise Mitchell by a good 8 yards yesterday. So what's Terri Dendy of George Mason thinking right now? Record time.
Here you see the lineup. Tanya McIntosh from Rice will be in lane 2. Terri Dendy, the holder of the track and meet record, in lane 3. Lane 4 will be Natasha Kaiser from Missouri. And in lane 5, Michelle Milling of Nebraska. Now Terri Dendy knows what she has to do.
One thing she'll be trying to do is pull on the 2 runners to the outside of her, Natasha Kaiser and Michelle Milling, and right now she's made up the stagger already. They will break for the pole, and we'll see if they get into it comfortably as they did in the first heat, or whether there's some bumping, but there's not going to be because Terri Dendy's too far in front.
Long stride for Terri Dendy, a senior from George Mason, 3rd in the Athletics Congress 200 and 400 meter championships a few weeks ago. And right now she's in control of this race. It's Terri Dendy against the clock. You heard the bell lap. Terri Dendy leading Natasha Kaiser from Missouri. And back in 3rd place, Michelle Milling and Tanya McIntosh are debating 3rd position. And it looks like Tanya McIntosh, the junior from Rice, will take over 3rd as Terri Dendy from George Mason pulls away to the victory. Unofficially, 52.38 seconds. If it holds up, it will be a new NCAA meet record.
And also an NCAA collegiate record. 52 was the record by Linetta Wilson, so unofficially she has just bettered the collegiate record with a beautifully run race from the front. And of course, in this last turn, there was a problem as one of the runners stepped off the track, and we'll see if she's going to be disqualified. Could be ruled that she didn't have any advantage when she took those 2 steps and the placing didn't change. But Terri Dendy with possibly a new collegiate record and meet record here.
And here are your unofficial results. Terri Dendy in 2nd place is Tanya McIntosh, and in 3rd place, Natasha Kaiser from Missouri. Larry Rawson is standing by at trackside with your winner.
Terry, congratulations. You're right on the American the collegiate record. Unofficially 52.38 we have. Take us through the race. Did you want to get the lead right out of the blocks?
Yeah, I wanted to control it like I did yesterday. My coach said it's the key to get out and work it from there. Take control of the race and just win.
Did you have any bad moments when you thought you might be nailed from behind?
I thought at the time that Tanya was going to come in on me. She goes out pretty hard. But after she didn't put any pressure on me after the break, I just went out. My coach told me just go, and I just went.
A new star is born. The American indoor record is within 1/2 a second of Terri Dendy. Congratulations, Terri.
Thank you.
Remember the name Terri Dendy, and we'll be back to meet the next star of NCAA track and field competition when we return to the Myriad in Oklahoma City in just a moment.